Hello, hello. Happy Thursday evening. I hope you've had a wonderful week so far. This is Divine Insights, and my name is Dr. Debbie Roche. I am a chiropractor that loves metaphysics and metaphysical healing and energy medicine and cells and a whole bunch of other things. And I love intuitive connection and interacting with intuition. And so, this is one of the reasons why I do these live events. I have attended many of these intuitive live events before, and I've always gained a lot of insight, and they've always been very spiritually helpful. And so, this event is put on by the Unity of Gulfport, and it is a donation-based event. So, if you feel guided, there are links somewhere around this video. I believe it's above, or you can make a donation at PayPal, at unityofgulfport at Gmail, or at Venmo, which is at Unity of Gulfport. So tonight, I'm excited that I have two new decks. And so I tend to buy a lot of decks. I love them. It's one of my favorite things to do. And so my two new decks, one is called the Psychic Tarot. I don't do tarot, the traditional tarot process with cards. I see that kind of as very, very like left-brained in terms of the intuitive stuff that I do, and I'm very, very right-brained by nature. And so there are many different ways of pulling cards and connecting intuitively. And so this deck is called the Psychic Tarot, and it's by John Holland. I have another one of his decks, actually, and they're pretty good overall. I had a friend give me a reading from this deck, and she did a phenomenal job last week. So I raced out and I bought this deck because I love the energy of it and the layout. But this is also a John Holland deck. And I don't know a lot about John Holland. I have some of his books and his CDs, but I haven't engaged with it yet. So, but yeah, they're really good cards. And this one is really based around the heart and processes of the heart. And then this one is it's a general use deck, but it has a lot of great information. If you do comment, please leave your name because I can't always see the names. That reminds me, I can sometimes see them on my phone, but not on the computer. So I am still learning the processes of. Let me put my volume down. The processes of the technology piece. So I'm getting a little better, and let's see. But I've been very much into metaphysics lately, which has been super fun. And let's see if I can. I think that will work if I see the comments from that way. And so I've been really, really setting the intention of living a higher vibrational life. And so, and for those of you that are new to metaphysics, living in a vibrational, from a vibrational perspective, you're kind of looking at all the areas of your life and seeing kind of, for me, I always kind of assess things on a scale of how high things are vibrating. And so, and I'm so sensitive, like naturally, I don't know how I came to this planet so sensitive, but when you are really focusing on these metaphysical concepts, especially in terms of vibration, you're really focusing and paying extra attention to how things feel. And so emotions from this concept of metaphysics. Hi, Jenny. How you doing, dear? Welcome, welcome. From this concept of vibration, you're really assessing everything from your thoughts to what you're eating, to your environment, to your relationships, to your interactions, to things in your environment, to music, whatever it might be, on how does it impact your energy field. So I've been really, really focusing a lot on that. And I've been really getting into, I've been really pulled toward the area of shamanism. And so and stones. So I've been really, I've been getting a lot of psychic images around seeing stones on my body. And so I've been on the hunt for specific stones around certain chakras, and really going to all the metaphysical stores and feeling the stones and learning more about them. And I got some great books that I want to share with you. So the first one, I thought this was really, really good. It was a really good crystal book. And one of the reasons why I really liked the vibration of the book and the energy of the book was because it has these great pictures and also like really close-up pictures of the stones, which I loved. And I thought I did a really good job of like just laying out the information. So I was really impressed with that. I bought a whole bunch of stones yesterday. And but yeah, I just love the everyone has really nice pictures, but I really like the close-up ones too. I love that. So I've been really drawn to that. And then I bought a bunch of shamanistic related books. This was my favorite so far because of the pictures. This book was fabulous. And so if anybody would like a card as I'm talking about the books, let me know. And so this had some great information and some great pictures. But most importantly, I felt that the writing of this book and the conveying of certain shamanistic principles were really, really good. And so I thought this was excellent. This was actually a cheap book. I think it was like $17 or something compared to the other ones I bought. But I really liked just the beautiful imagery and the intention of this book. I thought they did a great job. It's Shamanism by Krista McKinnon. And so that was this one. And then I bought, let's see, what other ones did I get? I bought a whole bunch. Shaman Healer Sage. I thought that was an awesome book too. They had each of them had a different feel and a vibrational feel to them, but I think I'm going to read them one at a time. And then the other one was the Book of Shamanic Healing, which I thought each of them have, like I said, everything from an energetic vibrational perspective is always slightly different and has a different feel to it. So I've just I had a very interesting experience while listening to a recording. Got to sleep early, Jenny. That's great. What's going on at your home? I don't know what's going on at your home. But thank you for inviting me. I'm not sure, but thank you so much. I'm not sure what's going on at your home, but thank you for the invite or the extension. This one, it says Shaman, invoking power, presence, and purpose at the core of who you are. So I thought that book was really cool too. And then I think I did raise this one up. Yeah, the Book of Shamanic Healing. So I've just been really, really pulled to this area so much. So I've really been gathering a lot of cool resources and learning. It is in the post of our group. Okay, I'll definitely check it out. Thank you so much. I'm not sure when it is. I'm a little my next week is a little crazy, but totally, I would love to look at that. And thank you so much for the invite. I'll do my best to be there. Jenny, would you like a card? I have let's see. This is my new deck, Visions of the Soul. I thought that was a really it has an interesting feel. This deck, a little bit different than my other decks. Like I said, this was my other newest deck. This is the Psychic Tarot. And then I have some of the ones I always have. I usually don't pull this one out. I've been using this one a lot lately, actually. And Journey of Love. I've been really using this one a lot lately. And one of the things I love about this deck is that it combines spiritual writing with spiritual poetry about love, which I thought that was a really interesting way of portraying the information. And it's interesting because I always wanted to include more poetry in my writing. So my next book, I'm also including some of my poetry. And so that's something I always wanted to do, but never kind of did. So, but I love the abstract nature of these cards too, the Journey of Love cards. And so let's see. And I like, there's a lot of really cool art, like kind of swirling art. And let's see. Just, I love the imagery. It's very flowy and very divine imagery filled. So we have Earth Angel. Anyway, I think these are really pretty. And I've been really, I have a bedtime ritual where I journal and I do intuitive journaling, and then I pull cards. And it's always a nice way for me to clear my mind and connect. And then I usually meditate and I do more intuitive connection before I sleep. And so, so it's just a wonderful way of connecting from an emotional. This is a great deck. Alana Fairchild has some really great decks and really great writing to go with them. And so, Alana, this is a great resource, especially for those of you that are heart-based and very sensitive. This is a great deck for sensitive, heart-based people. What else? We got Moonology. This is a very earthy type deck. It's a little bit more cerebral than emotional, but it has really good information and very good earthy based spiritual perspectives. This one, I'm still getting to know this deck. This is kind of like shamanistic. It's a really good deck overall, but I haven't spent enough time with the deck to really give you a great kind of review of the deck. But yeah, it has a good feel to it. It has some good imagery. I bought this at the mall. I like the front of these cards. It's very like earthy, strong. They have a masculine feel a little bit. These are a little bit more masculine. I usually don't pull this deck out, but I did. Hi, Vandana. Yay. Yeah, I know. That's me too, Vandan. I'm very heart-based and emotional. I wish I was a little more cerebral sometimes. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Would you like a card? I want to come to one of your yoga classes. I decided I'm doing a little bit more yoga balancing stuff, so I would love to see you in action. I've been seeing you online for many years, and so I would love to take a class. Yes, 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 yes. So I'm a little klutzy, so I'm sure I won't be the only one falling over. But anyway, lovely. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for joining us. I hope that you and Rain and your beautiful boyfriend is doing well. Please give everyone my regards. This deck I don't often pull out, but I felt guided to pull out. It's called Talking to Heaven. I've been feeling my dad around me a lot lately. And I've been doing, my dad just passed 5 months ago, and it's been a process with the grief. The first maybe 4 months, I was like in over busy mode, and I think I was like, I don't know, hiding from the grief, or maybe not letting the grief sink into my heart enough. And so it's a lot of it's been coming up lately, and I've really been real proud of myself because I've really made some space for it, and have chosen to really be extra aware of my vibrational environment so that I can feel it and clear it to release it. So I feel him around me close as I'm walking through the grief of his transition, because of course the energy never leaves us, of course. So these cards, I love clouds. I have a very sacred relationship with clouds. And so I love the energy of these clouds. I used to, when I was a kid, lay on the ground and look at the clouds for forever. And I would do a lot of training as a kid, like physical training for athletics. And I would always look at the sky. And it's a very sacred relationship to the sky. It's one of the reasons why I love to ride my bike for long distances. Let's see. This is a great general use deck. So Crystal Angels, these cards are very high vibration, and they have all these different crystals. I'm not a big fan of the picture on the front, but I love the color of them, and I love like the imagery on them. Like it's very flowy and high vibration. Oh, that's awesome, Vandan, that you connect with through the clouds. That was a beautiful picture of the two of you on the last day you saw him. So that shined with such love. And so I'm so sorry for your loss. I know he's not lost at all, but I know it is a transition of the heart. So I totally can relate to the stages of that and just the flow of that, the evolving flow. So, but many blessings and much love to you on your own journey with this. I know we have similar timing of what's been going on. So in terms of the process of the letting go. And so let's see. What other one did I bring? I think that's it. I only brought I usually bring a few more decks, but tonight I only brought 6. And so I think I'm going to start off with Jenny or Vandana or anybody else like a card deck. I think I'm going to pull some cards for myself, maybe to start off. Let's see. That's awesome that you connect through the clouds. 10 years ago, I was talking to somebody that was a psychic. It was maybe 15 years ago. And I was doing my cell work, and we were thinking about sharing an office, and she came up to me, and she said, "You have a spirit guide that's a cloud." And I said, "What?" I thought that was such an interesting confirmation of my spiritual. Yay, Vandana! Do you have a deck you would like? This is my newest deck. But yeah, I thought that was interesting that she told me that I had a spirit guide of a cloud, which totally made sense to me. We have Moonology, Visions of the Soul, Journey of Love. That's a beautiful card there, a beautiful deck. We have Shamanic Medicine. We have the Crystal Angel deck. We have the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. We have Talking to Heaven deck. And we have the Psychic Tarot. What would you like, Vandana? Yes, this is a great deck. I've been using this deck. I had to tape the corners of it today because I've been using it so much that I cracked the. What happens is I leave it on my bed and I roll over and then I crack it because it's right there. So I taped it up today. It looks pretty good. All right, this is very flowy. This reminds me of your energy, like very flowy and love filled and big heart based. I've been like a organizing bee. I've been like clearing and connecting, and my sister came to help me for 5 hours today. I was like decluttering. I'm like letting go of stuff. All right, Vandana. All right. So how this works is that I have kind of like a movie screen, a psychic movie screen in the front of my brain that I see images or numbers. And so the first one, or I'll hear them. So those two of my psychic gifts are the highest. And so one is clairvoyance, which is where you see, and then the clairaudience is where you hear words or phrases. So I'm seeing a 1, I'm seeing a 3. 3, I see a 5, I see a 17, I see a 7. And the 23. So the 23 card is the power card. This deck is a little bit abstract in the way that it conveys information. So other decks are a lot straightforward than this deck, and kind of like females in general. I'm sorry, like females are just so like vast and like flowy and overlapping with our emotional constructs, and so this reminds me, or the more traditional, the more female. But anyway, let's see what you got. Let's see what. Okay, I'm still on. Great. Okay. Yeah, declutter. Yeah, I'm really focusing on the vibrational feel of my environment and my heart, and so I'm really in this mode of clearing. I think so that I can grieve and let it let it flow and be done with it. Or anyway, so I've been as very very highly motivated to increase my vibration, and so my goal this year is to increase my vibration by 35%, physically, emotionally, mentally, all of that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go. All right. If you do the reading, okay. So like I said, these are very abstract cards, Vandana. So I'm going to go with what I intuitively get when I look at them rather than potentially the actual meanings. And so the first word is Shakti. And I do not know all like this area of this ethnic area. I want to say it's Indian or something like that. But if you look at the picture, the girl is looking into the fire and the bright light. I feel this is about you really looking into your heart in a way where you're identifying the intense energies that are there, but also it's almost like, and you're not judging them. You're just like you're being extra aware of the intense energies within your heart and not judging them. No shame, no really like judgment. You're just observing yourself. And I feel there's anger. It's intense, whatever it is, and it's just you're just like observing it as just part of you. And I feel that that's important because when we're able to be self-aware without judgment, that's when we can choose whether certain emotions inside of us are serving our highest good or not. We can choose to face or release the energy or whatever it might be. Oh, it means energy. Okay, so but I feel it's the intensity, and it's also I feel it's about passion. So they're showing me that there's an overlap of the energies. And so what does that mean? It means that sometimes we have emotions that can block our passions or our clarity around our passions. And I feel like there are some energies within your heart around certain, I want to say it's family dynamics, potentially with your father. I'm not sure. I know you loved him deeply, but there's something I feel, anyway, there's some type of high vibration energy in your heart that you must, or that it would be in your highest and best good to observe, to feel, to dissect, kind of like observe the pieces of it, and then to ultimately release it because it's creating non-clarity around your next steps within your passions. That's the information around that card. She is, yay. Okay. So when it comes to energy, I don't get angry often, but when I do get angry, I get really mad. And so I have learned to, if I'm really angry about something or there's some type of energetic boundary violation or something, that I've learned to sit with it for a minute because I can say things. I tend to try to protect my heart because it's so vulnerable and sensitive. And so I've learned to just sit with it first to look at the vibration of it and possibly where else in my life that's attached to. And so I feel like something about that energy, it would be greatly helpful if you are able to let it go, or not let it go, but to sit with it and really like understand the perspective of it, and to sit with it and like release it, or write it out, or call your angels in to help move it or shift it. So the next card for you is She is the Moon. This is so you. This is your heart. So this card represents the feminine parts, the soft, the nurturing, the open, and this like the soothing part of your soul. You're a very soothing soul. You have a huge heart, and so it's an honor to know you. And so but it's about honoring. When I touch that card, it's really about honoring who you are, and that sacred soft part of you. I know in the world sometimes it's really hard to be like tough, like the world kind of applauds like tough and strong people, but I think it's harder to be open and vulnerable and kind when there are not people around you that are being kind. Like that takes a special type of strength, and I don't think the world or society really showcases how strong and valuable those gifts are. And you have a lot of those gifts. This is the next card is to drop into your heart. And sometimes I know for me, my heart is the last place I want to be. I'd rather be in my head. I'd rather be figuring out a whole bunch of stuff. But they're saying right now that dropping into your heart, that it's sacred space in there. Like, don't forget the value of being in your heart and dropping into it and being present for they're saying for both. So this is for both you and I, to be present for the sacredness of our emotional reality. And because I feel there's that when we're able to do that and to not be afraid of it, to just sit with it, then we're able to really see like the beautiful colors of all that's there for us, if that makes sense. They're showing me like a kaleidoscope. That dropping into our heart, even though it can be scary sometimes when we're this sensitive, that there's always such great awarenesses and insights that can show up and guide us to ourselves and the beautiful life that we are creating and taking the action steps to create. 24, the space between the words. This is the first time I've used this deck in this live event. The space between the words. This is all about the stillness and the silence. I know I like words. I'm a little too wordy by nature. And it's only in my 4th decade of life, I'm 45 now, that I've come to really appreciate the stillness more. I think because I'm able to hear my intuition more and more. And so I've, about 3.5 years ago, I decided that I would make every single decision in my life by intuition alone. And it hasn't been comfortable living by that principle, but I've stuck by it in many different ways. And it has always served my highest and best in every way. And so I've learned more and more to embrace the stillness, and not just from a calm, peaceful perspective, but also from an intuitive wisdom perspective. It's really taught me a lot, and it's really been a great gift. And so this is just a reminder that your answers are always with you. They're just between the words, if that makes sense. So to connect. Awesome. All right, last one. Ooh, this is your power card. Power card means, in my way of pulling cards, it says that it's the card that is the most important, the one that they want you to leave the reading with. But what a great card for being a power card. It's called Becoming. So I'm not sure what you're working on next in your life, but I feel like you're stepping up into who you are wanting to be. Whether I'm not sure if it's manifested yet in your visual, like in your physical world yet, but it's getting there. Like vibrationally, you are becoming, and that you are making movement, energetic movement, which is always the most important, right? And so, and you might not even be able to be aware of it either, but it's like the momentum of you becoming whatever it is you're most wanting to become. Sometimes it takes a little while to gain clarity on that, but that is the becoming. I always feel like it's that. I just talked about this with somebody else. I forgot who it was yesterday. That was my friend Shane. What is success? It's getting up one more time after you fall. Just one more time. So like, I'm a really big believer. I said this to my niece at the beginning of the year. She's so much like me, my oldest niece. And hold on, I hope okay, good. I hit a button and it cleared. And she had like a 62 in math or something. It was maybe a 67, something. It was like the G plus range. And this kid is brilliant. Her brain works a little bit differently, but what was that kid brilliant? And I knew that. And I said, hey, and I knew she was so much like me. And I said, listen, Jilly, I said, promise me that you'll just show up and try with your whole heart. Just get up and try. I don't care what that grade is at the end of the year, but I want you to just try. And if you tried with your whole heart, I am so proud of you, no matter what. And I said this to her the whole year, and I knew she was just like me, so that eventually it would stick somewhere. And what happened was that, and she doesn't, like I said, her brain is very similar to mine, and she ended up walking out of that class with a 91 at the end of the year. So I was so proud of her. Hi, Kimberly, welcome. And so it really, Bandana, it's all about the becoming part, and it's always sometimes it can get a little murky when you're not yet there. I'm in a little bit of a process in some areas too, like that recently, or within the last couple of years. But it really is about just showing up every day with our whole hearts, and then letting the universe guide us. And really, I was an athlete for a lot of years growing up. That's why I have a bad right knee, because I hit the concrete more than I would like to admit with basketball, because I love to play like that. And I always believe you show up like Michael Jordan. You give your everything, and then you go home. You go home tired. And so that's all about the becoming piece of that. And so, hey, how you doing? And so, welcome, Vandana. It's very nice to have you here, and nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a while, but I would love to get out there to your yoga class. I'm finally at that place in my spiritual development where I'm ready for yoga. And so awesome. So I'm glad you got these cards. I love the becoming card. I feel you're supposed to write something, Vandana. Are you writing? Are you writing a book or writing something or wanting to write? I feel like you're meant to write. I think we discussed that when I saw you a couple years ago at the trauma class. I think you were writing or. All right. Who would like a card? Or I will pick one for myself and wait until somebody requests a card. Yay, Vandana. Journaling has been my greatest tool when it's come to everything. Writing and journaling has been my most valuable healing tool of my life. And so, who is this? Me? I'm not sure. Sure, I can. Kimberly, sure, I can pull you a card. Who is this? Who is me? Who said me? Let me look on my thing. Let's see if I can see you. I was scared. Yeah, Vandana, I can relate to that. I can relate to not wanting to write down how I feel and to look at that. I did that for a lot of years. I would just not want to look at anything because the emotions were too big. And so I can't see HRELP. Who is that? Mary. Hi, Mary. Oh, okay, let's pull you some cards. What card would you like? Do you have a preference? I'm thinking of you. I'm sending you a lot of energy. You're going to be okay. Everything is well. We're all holding space. I have been there before, and it is, I understand you will soon be out of that energetic space. Mary, what would you like? You pick. Okay, I'll pick. All right. I think it's this one and this one. I think it's the shamanic and the crystals. There's something about the vibration of both. Hello, I'm not sure who that is, but hello, welcome. I can't always see the name, so if you write on my live, can you please write down your name because I can address you by name. All right, Mary. So I think I might pull one from my new deck, Visions of the Soul, for you. All right, my dear. I am thinking of you, sending energy your way. Okay. Okay, 1, 2. Hi, Sherry. Which Sherry are you? Have I met you before? Oh, thank you so much, Vandana. I appreciate that. Thank you. let's see, Monday at 7:30. Monday. Okay, I will do my best. I would like to. I would really like to come out and support you and to learn some good yoga stuff. All right. Thank you so much, Vandana. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see, Mary. All right, so I see a 1 and a 3. We have the 1 and then a 2. Let's see, Sherry 1. Are you Nikki's friend? Wait, no. Oh no, Sherry. How you doing? Nice to have you here. I hope you've been well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Hold on a second. Bob, Nancy, you're not allowed to be on here doing that. Please get off my live. I'm gonna block you right now. Let's see. 1 second. Block user. And all right, let's see if I can remove the okay, I think that takes care of it. Okay. All right. If not, people are not supposed to be reaching out to people soliciting readings. So if that happens, let me know. Hi, Sherry. Welcome, welcome. And I'll go. Okay, so I'm picking for Mary. So we did 3. I'm seeing 17, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Ooh. Okay. Okay. We'll start here and then we'll move to the decks. Okay. So the first card that I pulled for Mary is the altar deck. All right. So if you look at it, like think about a shamanic altar. So I don't know. You were not. I don't think you were here in the beginning of the class or of this live, but I was talking about. I've been very drawn to the shamanistic spirituality and their path and their principles, and so I've been gathering some resources lately. And I bought this book, and it's a phenomenal book, Mary, and it has great pictures. I don't know if you're ever into this idea, but the thing is about the altar, I mean, great, it's just phenomenal pictures. And I love the writing of the book actually too. And I haven't really read books like this in a long time, but I got a bunch of shamanistic books. They were phenomenal. But the energy of this, I'm bringing up the energy of this for a reason. Okay. So, and I didn't realize that the shamanistic path is all about vibration, which is super cool. But the shaman's ability to transcend into other worlds, right? And so I know you have a unique opportunity right now to potentially practice expanding your consciousness and connecting to the universal realm in a different way, right? Because of what you're walking through today and the next couple of days. And so, so when I picked up this card, this is almost about creating almost like your sacred altar in your mind and like I want to call it in your spiritual, ethereal universe and journeying there, because I feel like you have the ability. I feel that we have very you and I, because of our love of writing, but also I believe you have very strong intuitive gifts. I'm not sure if you recognize that yet, but I feel that you have the ability to travel, to ethically travel. And so right now, this might be a great opportunity to practice that and really go into deep meditations and kind of not push your consciousness outward and upward, but like almost like I've been practicing this a little bit. I had a very unique experience. Excuse me, I have to sneeze in a second. I'm not sure what I'm sneezing about, but I was driving along and I was listening to the song "Mother, I Feel You." And in that song, and I've never had this happen before. Like I've always been drawn to the shamanistic culture, and I've always been very fascinated with it, but I never really I couldn't find a teacher at that time. And so I was frustrated about that. And anyway, I put it down a couple, a good many years ago, because I couldn't figure it out. And so I'm driving along. I was driving to Tampa in my chiropractor there, who I adore. She's one of my mentors. And I'm listening to the song and I'm listening to the drumming and I'm feeling my consciousness start going to another place, like a transcendence place. And And even though like I naturally expand outward so easily because of my gifts and the way my brain is, I had never had that experience. It kind of weird. It freaked me out a little bit. I was like, what in the heck is this? I didn't really allow myself to go fully into that transcendent state because I was driving it in the real world. But I was amazed that I had the ability, and I feel like you have that ability in that this situation right now. It might be a good time to practice some of those elements. Cave is about retreat, and that's what they're wanting you to do. They want you to be extra cognizant of your energetics right now, and so your energetics are going to you are extra sensitive, where especially where you are, your it's they're reminding you that you have more control over your energetic field than you might realize. For example, okay, so if I'm somewhere that I don't want to be and there's a lot of energies around me, there are a couple things that I always do to protect myself, because if I don't, my energy, my auric field is too expansive. So the first thing I do is I surround myself with white light. Okay, but sometimes like a layer of white light, I like cocoon myself. The next thing that I do is, if that's not strong enough and I'm still getting depleted by stuff around me, I will also surround myself with purple light and green light, like a layer of purple and a layer of green. And there's something about that that can ward off other energies. Another aspect that I know, I don't think you have, I don't know if you have potentially access to anybody that can bring you some, but certain essential oils are really good at blocking frequencies. I just found this out through muscle testing with a friend of mine, that lemongrass, doTERRA, is excellent for blocking frequencies, even from a phone. It's that strong. So you can create like a cocoon around you if you can get access to some. But that they're really saying that you can protect your energy field even with your mind at the moment. But that you retreating within yourself and recharging within and not drawing energy from the outside is going to be more beneficial to you from a healing, strengthening, energetic place. Like really, really, I know for me, sometimes I'll expand out and assess and pull in energies, but especially where you are now in the next couple of days, they're wanting you to go within and find your soul source deep within you to flow through your chakras, rather than pick up energies from the space that you're in right now. If you can get crystals, I've really been in this mode lately. Like my system, my energetic system lately has been super, super, almost obsessed with crystals. Like I keep psychically seeing them all over my body. My energetics are actually like being pulled to them. And so I'm gonna actually show you some, because I don't know why it's relevant. They're telling me. So hold on one second. I'm gonna go get my little case, because I just went to I think it's Enchanted Notions in Dunedin yesterday. But this is relevant. So if you can get access to some crystals and to place them on your body, then that can help ground the physical body and help with healing. But hold on, they're saying, I'm hearing them supposed to grab the crystals I bought to show you. I don't know why that's important. Hold on. Okay, so I've totally been obsessed with crystals lately, and I've been using them. I've been in my healing practice. I've been identifying a lot of metaphysical factors, especially with sensitive people, and I'm very sensitive by nature. So the more that I see it on other people, and what I'm finding is that if people's energetics are off, and it can be related to past life stuff or chakras or all these different things, or emotion code where emotions get stuck, people won't heal, their adjustments won't hold, excuse me, or whatnot. And so the more that I recognize this in other people, I realize that I need to do more metaphysical wellness maintenance. And this is relevant to you, Mary, because I don't know, they're telling me it's very relevant to you. So I'm very excited because I got some really pretty stones yesterday. I'm gonna get to show them off. And I thought this was so pretty, but I selected some so that I could lay them on the human body, but especially my body. And because when I was on Reverend Kimberly's table for the work that she does, I was amazed at how the energy, the flow of it through my body. So I really wanted to develop a metaphysical wellness routine with actual crystals, because I've really been focusing on frequency and vibrational frequency. And so my goal is to get extra precise around the heart chakra and the solar plexus specifically, and the seventh and the throat. But really, it's those two, the heart and the. That was my first one, and this one it was rainbow fluorite. And then I really loved this one. This is clear quartz, but I liked the points. And I pulled out my books by Barbara Brennan. I couldn't find one, so I ordered another one. I'm sure I have like five copies of Hands of Light somewhere in my house or in my home. But they're emphasizing this because your body, your energetic field is needing the amplification from crystals on you. So if you can get, you can even get crystals on Prime and get them delivered. But I love this one. This was from the Enchanted. It's clear quartz. I often will put this on my third eye and meditate. I was just doing that today and yesterday because I've been doing a lot of grieving and a lot of just loss and just walking through a lot of just heart stuff and letting go and surrendering and but really moving the energy and really sitting with it. But there's some this would be very helpful. So these things would be very helpful, but specifically on your body, Mary. I'm not sure why that's important, but that's what I'm hearing. I got some clear quartz. I got some really pretty agate. Is it agate? What else? So yeah, so I feel that if you can get access, I thought I had more than that. I think I stuck them other places, but I'm on a mission to like encase my body with specific frequency of crystals, and intuitively that I'm hearing that would be extremely valuable to you, especially right now in whatever way that you can, or maybe somebody can come to you and bring them to you, or maybe do a session on you where you are now. I'm not sure, but I feel that would be. They're saying to stabilize your energetics, but also to help the divine energy move through you, because I'm psychically seeing just a few things that are preventing that. And so one of those ways would be Reiki and the crystal, the vibration of the crystals on you. And so I'm going to keep going with your reading. I know we're going with your reading, but I wanted to make sure that we did that. I always start. I get talking, and I'm so right brained that I never can. I always any placement which is left brained, I can't keep up with. But there's something very important about your throat chakra. So I'm feeling the pressure, Mary, on your throat, and so something, the blue stones, and I don't know. This is a great book, the Crystal Magic, but something about the blue here and the clear quartz here would be very helpful. I'm not sure why I'm picking that up at the moment. But something about the vibration will greatly help you right now, and emotionally. So this is all connected also to our emotions. Our emotions always are our gauge. Let's see. I wanted to pull from the crystal. Okay, that makes sense. So it's all connected. The crystal angel deck. Thank you to everybody that's joining me tonight. It's nice to have you here. It's been an interesting week for me. I've been busy in good ways, but also like really being extra aware of the vibration of my mind and creating space for me to, I'm noticing I'm really like focusing on the vibrational frequency of things, of thoughts, of my head space, of my body. And what I'm noticing is that there's different like thought levels of frequency. And if I can keep my thought frequencies slightly higher above than where they are usually, then I'm not so impacted by fear and I'm in that intuitive creative zone, and I'm so close to creating my supplement line. Like I'm so close to having all the pieces come together. I just intuitively got the name, I believe, of the supplement line, which was the clincher. I'm still sitting with the name of the supplement line, so I'm super excited about that. And I'm really doing a lot of things that just are about connecting to my joy in my heart and embracing a high vibration. All right, Mary, we're still on you. We got 1. I see a 3 again and a 16. 2, 3. Wait, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 13, 17. Okay, first one. Let yourself feel all your emotions. Oh, this is not a card I want to get. I'm kidding, of course. So whenever I'm walking through anything where everything is kind of halted and I have to sit there and just sit there, which is not fun for my brain, it's a wonderful opportunity to feel. And even though usually when I'm in that space, that's the last thing I want to do is feel anything. But it is always, I always learn so much from those times in my life where I'm just like, whether it be healing, like physical healing. I am the worst sick person. I just know, that experience is always very much about spiritual surrender for me. And anytime I'm going through a physical healing experience, I am the most emotionally vulnerable. And so this card is all about, okay, well, what a tremendous opportunity if you're walking through something similar to that. What a tremendous opportunity to feel. Because when we're able to really surrender our minds enough to deeply feel, then we are able to release that energy because it flows through us rather than getting stuck. And physical healing is all about the flow of the energy. So if it's stuck, then it stops our healing ability and our emotional, the emotional vibration that we can get to. I feel the emotion code, there's an energetic technique that I love to do, or that I've used so much on myself, that's very helpful, is the emotion code. I feel like there's some emotional energies that are stuck in you. And I feel that's preventing you from the healing energy flowing. That's what Psychic Guru kind of showing me. So that might be an option, or at least even to, anyway. So there's a great book. Emotion Code is by Dr. Stephen Nelson. I think it's Nelson or Covey. Dr. Steve, is it Nelson? Anyway, the book's called The Emotion Code. Great book, but it's a simple procedure with a magnet. It only takes a few minutes. But it's greatly helped me. Okay, next one, Divine Life Purpose. I feel that you're. I have your book. I just looked at your book today. I was doing a lot of organizing, and it's on my shelf. You are an exceptional writer, and most importantly, that's a lot of courage to be able to open your heart and really be real with people. And it certainly is inspiring me as I write my second book, which was my big scary book, because I have a lot of really deep stuff to share in that book, and it takes a lot of courage to do that. And you have that ability. You have courage of the heart. And I feel you're going to help a lot of people when you're ready, when you're out of the introvert mode more into the connection mode. And I really feel that that's the next phase of your service work here. And this says, let yourself sparkle and shine. You have such a beautiful heart. And I didn't even feel your heart for a good many 6-8 months, but now that I'm getting to know you, I feel that you have a lot of energies that protect your heart. You have a beautiful heart to share. This card, I should get this card. This is control issues. I know for me, I like to control everything because I don't feel safe. And the more and more as I age and spiritually surrender and get more spiritually wise, that I realize I don't need to control anything because the universe has my back. Like I have no reason, because the universe has my back. Period. So let's see. I'm going to get one more card from you from the other deck. But yeah, it's just surrender, control. We're never in control anyway. Just surrender. The angels have you. And the more that I can really remember that and just let that go, it's been always very, very helpful to me. All right, so this is my new deck. I was actually spiritually guided to this deck, and then when I pulled the card, because I heard to buy this deck, and I was like, really, this deck? I'm not really drawn to this deck. Da da da. So I bought the deck anyway because I've learned to follow only my intuitive guidance and not my brain. And then the card that I pulled, I saw the word and I saw that's the name of my supplement company. I saw it and I went, because I was so struggling with it. So anyway, so I'm like, all right, universe, thank you. So I'm sitting with it. I'm making sure I'll look at it again tomorrow, and then I'll probably start designing the labels. That was the last piece of my supplement company that was coming. All right. So look at these cards. Aren't these cool, Mary? I hear the number 18. So that's the one from this. They're very, like, I don't know, like metaphysical and ethereal and higher self connected and everything else. But it's a very interesting image on the front. And it talks about the portal, right? The spiritual portal. I'm still learning about this whole idea of transcending into another universe, because I feel that experience in the car when I started to it was like an altered state of consciousness from the drumming. I was like, what? I was like, are you kidding? Like, it was such a, I was like so floored by it. I couldn't believe it. Okay. 18, Mary, 1, 2, 3, 4. 18. Ooh. Journey. Let's look at the card first. Isn't that interesting? Because there's like intensities of the colors and the lights, but it's like intense too. It's not just spiritual. There's a heart intensity there. And it says, "Journey to the cosmos of the soul." And that's what I keep getting for you. Like you're in this perfect opportunity right now, today, in the next couple of days, to stabilize your body where you are, and then to expand outward and connect with your soul and within yourself and out into the ethereal. So that's confirmation of that. So I hope that's helpful, Mary. I'm sending a lot of love, many prayers, a lot of healing energy and positive energy your way. And I am thinking of you in my heart. So I hope you're doing okay, and reach out if you need anything. Okay, who's next? Hello, I went a little long there. I felt guided to. So who's next? I have to leave right at 8:30. I have an interview, a video podcast interview at 8:40 that I have to. So I have about 11 minutes left. Who is still here? Who would like a card? Portal. That's right, Dee. Isn't that cool? Yay. I don't know who this is, but yeah, I love the book. I love my books. I was like, great book. I don't know who that is, but thank you for being here. Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Would you like one, Sherry? Let's see. Who is that? Okay, so I have to be able to see. Okay, so all right, we're gonna do Sherry first. I'm gonna pick for people because I don't. We're running out of time. I want to make sure. I feel, Sherry, that this is your deck for you. So I'm gonna do a reading from here, and then let's see. We're on Sherry right now. All right. So one. It was a jumper. When you're picking cards, a jumper means that they supposedly okay, that the angels are kicking it out for you to take notice of that one. Okay. So that jumper was spiritual or religious community. So the more that you can connect to a spiritual and religious community, whether that be Unity of Gulfport or wherever your heart is most guided, I feel it's several places actually, but that it will make your heart happier. Like you'll just be happier. For those that are on the live right now, if you'd like to be on our mailing list for community events and workshops, please leave your email in the comments or reach out to me privately. And then I'll make sure that you get on the list for Unity of Gulfport. All right. The next card for Sherry is Easy Does It. This is about your heart and your mind. I feel you're on a healing path this year. And just be gentle with yourself. You've done great. You've really done so well with all you've walked through. And just the message is that don't beat yourself up. You're doing great. Stress reduction. I feel this is related to the mind. Be extra aware of what you tell yourself about yourself, your heart, your life, the things in your life. And they're wanting you to meditate more, clear your mind, and to meditate and connect to the energy more, and to connect to breath more. And then whatever you're worried about, give it to God and your angels. You're very strong angels. But it's your mind that you're very brilliant. And so you have a very strong mind, and that sometimes can causes a little bit of disconnect from the spiritual energy. Sensitive emotions. Honor. It's a jumper card. Honor your heart. Honor your sensitivity of your heart. And almost like I do this a lot because my heart is, oh my gosh, so sensitive. I have such a sensitive heart. I wish I didn't at times, but oh my gosh, am I sensitive? And so they're almost wanting you to honor your heart, tap into your heart more, hold your own heart, and honor your sensitivity, because it is such a gift to the people that really know you and that love you. So be very gentle and honor your very sensitive, beautiful heart. I hope that's helpful. This was your power card too, with the heart. Your own heart. I hope that's helpful, Sherry. So nice to see you here. I hope you're doing well. All right, Kimberly, you're next. Are you here? Still here, Kimberly? Who else is here? Let's see. I can't see the comments always. Let's see. All right, yeah. So Kimberly, you're next. Are you still here? Let me know. Let's see. Kimberly, are you still here? Great. Okay. I'm gonna pick a card. It's from the Shaman deck, actually. And do I have? Okay. I'm excited to read my Shaman books. I haven't really gotten excited about. Usually, I'm always reading. I'm a really big nerd. I love books. I love learning. I love the body. So I just read all about everything about the body and cells and biochemistry. This is the first like spiritual thing I've gotten excited about in a long time. Like really excited about. So I'm excited to learn all about shamanism and frequencies of crystals in the earth and how they all intertwine and expand. You know, how's that connect to the ethereal and all of that. So 1, 3, 6, 7. All right. First card is the ancestors. Kimberly, you have very, very strong spiritual ancestors around you. So I know you're very protected, but also you can tap into their wisdom. So I don't know if you journal. That's one way of connecting to their wisdom, but you have very strong ones around you. So you're very well protected. So whenever you get scared, know that they have your back. Medicine shield. This is about protecting yourself from other people's energies. Be extra aware how other people's energies impact you, because I feel you have a greater sensitivity to the heart and a sensitivity to other people's emotions, energetics, and their energetics. I have to be very careful of this because I can be thrown really easily because I'm so open-hearted naturally that I absorb things, and so be extra aware about how environments, places, and people impact how your energy feels and your heart feels. Mentally tap in and then navigate your position around that effectively. Reclamation. This is about you. This is soul retrieval. This is about you reclaiming you. I'm not sure if there was, I don't know, some type of loss in a relationship or some type of skewing of who you are, but claim who you are. Who you are is strong and brilliant and beautiful, and claim energetically you. And then the next card is Shape Sifter. This is all about what I'm hearing for you is that I feel like you're really good at fitting into your environment, almost too much. I used to be a lot like that when I was younger. And even though that can be of value in a lot of ways, sometimes I know for me, I didn't know who I really was. And so I don't know. What the card is for you specifically is that even though it's good to have that ability to really fit in and be able to connect it to a lot of different types of people, they're wanting you to really define who you really are for you, like what makes you the most happy, and then to step up into that energy and to define that more so that you can experience greater levels of joy. So that was it. So who's next? So I hope that is helpful. We have about, we're almost at 8:30. Anybody else? I'm going to pull one for me because I haven't yet. I think it's from the new deck. I think I'm going to pull just like maybe one card from the new deck, and then I'm going to set an intention. And did I miss anybody that would like a reading? Because I have to go because I have that video podcast. I'm so glad, Kimberly. You're welcome. If you'd like to be on our mailing list, let us know. The Unity of Gulfport, the service is at 10:30 a.m. at the Gulfport Casino. It's a lovely group of people. And then I do my spiritual exercise class at 7 a.m. Gulfport Beach in front of the playground every week on Tuesday. And then this event is also every week at 7:30 p.m. So let's see. I'm hearing 7 and 16. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. These are what interesting cards they vibrationally feel. Crown chakra. Yeah, I've been wanting to connect more and more and to work on opening that up because I've just been feeling a little muddled lately for emotional reasons, and just a lot of letting go like just a lot of surrender and loss this year in many ways. And so just trying to just walk in acceptance and surrender and just stay in a place of grounded acceptance. Oh, I love it. Infinity. I love this. Whoops. I love this this word, this idea, this concept. We are infinite, period. We are infinite. So for anybody that's got it to make a donation, this is a donation-based event put on by the Unity of Gulfport. All donations go to the Unity of Gulfport. And PayPal, it's unityofgulfport@gmail.com. And then at Venmo, it's at Unity of Gulfport. And so I'll be here again next week, and I'm going to pick a card from the new deck to set the intention for the week for all of us. I hear a 6, 5, 6, and an 8. I love these cards. I didn't think I would. Ah! Ooh, the Cosmic Heart. So do your best to open your heart up this week to yourself, to the cosmos, to the ethereal, to the energy of your angels and spirit guides and universe. Call that energy in and flow it through your heart. Even if you need to put your hand on your heart, do so. I do that a lot. I feel a lot of energy into my heart because my heart is so sensitive. And usually my heart chakra is almost always off, so I have to do a lot of maintenance on that. The next card to set the intention for this week is Spiritual Rebirth. Claim your spiritual strength and rebirth your soul. Every day we have the opportunity to become and do whatever it is we're most called to do. And know that you have plenty of helpers and spirit guides. And if you're really called to do something, then it's yours to do, or you wouldn't get that calling. So anyway, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week. Once again, my name is Dr. Debbie Roche. I have tons of content on YouTube that I'm actively building on. And if you ever have a question about any area of healing, whether it be physical, emotional, addiction stuff, anything, feel free to reach out to me. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. So many blessings, and I will talk to you soon. Be well. Bye-bye now.